Let us now move on to discuss the Panchami Samasaha. Sutram here is 2.137. It reads Panchami Bhayena. We are of course in the Adhikara of Tat Purushaha, which runs from 2.122 down to 2.222. So this Sutram prescribes a Tat Purusha Samasaha. Pritya Sutram says Panchamyantam Bhaya Prakritikena Subantena Saha Vasamasyate Sa Tat Purushaha. Now we already know why the Vritti says Panchamyantam because of the Paribhasha Sutram Yena Vizistadantasya 1172. That Sutram tells us that a qualifier by means of which an injunction is made stands for a term which ends in it as well as for itself. So here Panchami stands for Panchamyantam. And we also know that we are in the Adhikara of Sahasupa, Sutram 2.1.4. Therefore, Bhayena stands for Bhaya Prakritikena Subantena. Compounding can only be done with a Subantam Padam. And Bhaya is a Pratipadikam. So a sup affix has to be added to it before compounding can take place. And of course, we also know why the Vritti says Va, because we are in the Adhikara of Vibhasha, which starts from 2.1.11 and goes down to 2.2.29. Okay, the meaning of this sutram is a padam ending in a fifth case affix optionally compounds with a syntactically related padam formed by adding a sup affix to bhaya, and the resulting compound gets the designation tatpurushaha. Now why do we say syntactically related? Because of the adhikara of samartha padavidhi starting from 2.1.1. The samasa vidhi is a type of padavidhi, and therefore the vidhi only applies when the terms having the designation padam are syntactically related. There has to be samarthyam, a logical connection between them. Example here is chorad bhayam equals chor bhayam, fear from the thief. The note here says that as per the Sutram 2.3.28, apadane panchami, a fifth case affix is used following the pradipadikam chora, which has a designation apadanam here as per the Sutram 1.4.25. Bhitrarthanam bhayahetuho. The thief is the cause of the fear, the bhayahetuho. Therefore, chora gets the apadana sanya by 1.4.25, and then as per 2.3.28, it takes the fifth case affix. The alaukika vigraha is chora nyasi panchami ekavachanam plus bhaya su, compounding authorized by this Sutram 2.137, because we do have a panchamyantam padam, in this case chora nyasi, compounding with a subantam padam composed by adding a sup affix to the pradipadikam bhaya. So the conditions for applying 2.137 are satisfied. Steps as usual as per the Sutram 1.2.43. Prathama nidrishtam samasopasarjanam. The term chora nyasi gets the designation upasarjanam because in the Sutram 2.137, which prescribes the compounding, the term panchami ends in the nominative case, and hence as per 2.2.30 upasarjanam purvam, the term chora nyasi is placed in the prior position in the compound. Now chora nyasi bhaya su gets the designation pratipadikam by 1.2.46 krit tadita samasascha, because we have formed a samasaha. This allows 2.4.71 supo dhatu pratipadikayoho to perform the look elision on the sup affixes su and nyasi which are inside the compound pratipadikam. So we get the final form of the compound pratipadikam as chora bhaya. Now as per the Sutram 2.4.26, paravallingan dvandva tatpurushayoho, the compound pratipadikam chora bhaya is neuter, since the latter member, the uttarapadam of the compound, is bhaya, which is neuter in gender. The compound declines like vana shabdaha. Note here says that there is a vartikam under this sutram which reads bhaya bhita bhiti bhibhirriti vachyam. This vartikam says that the sutram should be extended to include some other words besides bhaya. So the vartikam is saying that in the Sutram 2.137 panchami bhayena, the word bhayena should be extended to bhaya bhita bhiti bhi. Hence we can also construct compounds like vrikebhyo bhitaha, vraka bhitaha, someone afraid of the wolves. Here the wolves are the cause of the fear, bhaya hetuh, and hence the Sutram 1.4.25 assigns the designation apadanam to vrika. And then as per 2.3.28, apadani panchami, vrika takes a fifth case affix, so we get the form vrikebhyaha. And now this vartikam bhaya bhita bhiti bhibhirriti vachyam authorizes the compounding, because we do have a subantam padam bhitaha, which is composed by adding a subaffix to bhita, and we do have panchamyantam padam vrikebhyaha. Therefore compounding takes place and we get the form vrikabhitaha. Similarly, we can have vrikebhyo bhitihi, vrikabhitihi, fear from the wolves, and vrikebhyo bhihi, vrikabhihi, meaning is the same, fear from the wolves. So his Vartikam basically extends this sutram to include bhita, bhiti, and bhi along with bhaya. The final note here asks the question, Katham tarhi bhogoparato gramanirgataha ityadi prayoga. How do we justify compound formations such as bhogebhya uparataha equals bhogoparataha and gramanirgataha equals gramanirgataha, etc.? The answer is bahulagrahanat kvachid vibhakyantaram api krita samasyate. The mention of bahulam in the Sutram 2.132, kartrikarane krita bahulam, gives us the clue that a padam ending in a case affix, even if it is not a third case affix, may occasionally compound with a syntactically related padam composed by adding a subaffix to a term ending in a krit affix. And the resulting compound, of course, gets a designation tat purushaha. The Sutram 2.132 does not prescribe a panchami samasaha. It prescribes a tritiya samasaha. But it does mention bahulam. And on the basis of that bahulam, we justify compounds such as bhogoparataha and gramadirgataha, where we see a padam ending in a fifth case affix and not a third case affix, compounding with a padam composed by adding a subaffix to a term ending in a krit affix. So this is how these kinds of compounds may be explained. We already saw this note when we studied the Sutram 2.132. At that time we said bahulagrahanam sarvopadhi vyabhicharartham. Mention of bahulam in the Sutram 2.132 tells us that all conditions may be relaxed, which means that vibhakyantaram api samasyate kvachit. That is what we are seeing now in these compounds like bhogoparataha and gramanirgataha.